Good morning, Flosstube. How are you today? Today is Sunday, June 20th. It's Father's Day, so happy Father's Day to everyone out there. I hope that your weather is as beautiful as it is here. We're finally getting into some pretty solid summer weather for us. It's going to be in the 80s and one day maybe the 90s, and I live in the Pacific Northwest, so that's some pretty nice weather for June. But it's nice, it's good. So a lot of rain, we're used to a lot of rain. So the sun and the blue sky is always good for my mental health anyway. So I hope you guys have had a good June and things are going well. Things are starting to open up a little bit more here. Obviously, I think the end of the month, our state completely opens up. Basically one of the last states, I'm sure, but that's okay. I still am working from home, and that's about it. Hanging out. So let's get into it. This channel is about cross stitching, so let's talk about cross stitching. And last week I did my big kit parade video and created a huge mess in my dining room. It took me a couple days to kind of go through and figure it out and de-kit, and when it was all said and done, I ended up with actually 60 kitted projects in full, and then that was at the beginning. And then as I worked my way through them and made decisions and de-kitted, I ended up with 48. So I didn't de-stash a ton, but I did make the decision to de-kit three Miras, 2 mermaids and roses of Provence. Four, because I did Halloween fairy as well. So I de-kitted 4 Miras. I kept 2, 3 kitted. So I felt like that was a good compromise. But I just, and that doesn't mean I'll never stitch them. I actually ended up keeping the extras, like the beads and the Krynic. I put them in a Ziploc and labeled them for which pattern they belong to, so that if I decide to fully de-stash those items, then maybe I'll use them as a giveaway. But if I want to go back and decide to stitch those ones, then I will have the items together too. So I don't know, we'll see. We'll see how long I keep that, but I put all the DMC back. Well, it's sitting here in a pile still. The DMC is the one thing that I need to sort through still, and put the fabric away and that kind of stuff. So for all intents and purposes, they're de-kitted and moving on. So that's where I'm at as far as my kits, and my goal is to work through some of them. I forgot how many smalls I really had in there, and I don't think it's unreasonable to get some of those done this year potentially. I mean, 48, not going to happen, but because there's some big pieces in there, but maybe down to less than 40 by the end of the year. It doesn't seem unrealistic. We'll see. It's not an official goal. I stitch on a whim quite normally, so I don't like to make a ton of plans because I usually don't follow them. I'm not a great rotation stitcher, because I will, like for this week example, I was going to go back to Snow Village on Monday and start the next pattern, but as you'll see shortly, I was to the point where I was close to a finish on one of my pieces, and I was like, nah, I'm just going to keep stitching on this till I'm done. So you know, I decide on a whim to change my plans, and I do, and I don't care. So it is what it is. So anyway, let's move on to haul. I do have a little bit of haul. So the first thing I got was, well, maybe not the first thing, but something I got, which by the way is going to have to add to my kit total, because this is not included because I hadn't shown it on YouTube yet. But I ended up waking up 2 Saturdays ago and scrolling through Instagram, and I came across this exclusive kit, Marshmallow Party, by Twin Peak Primitive. And this is sold by, they do exclusives through TPP Limited Exclusives. They're on Etsy and she has an Instagram. I'll put it in the show note or in the description below. But they do. I'd never really seen these, I don't think, as far as like the exclusives, but they do 50. They had 50 of these kits, and I love snowmen. Snowmen are like my thing. I like them. I love them. But I'm very picky about snowmen. I can look at a chart and know immediately. It's visceral. I either love that snowman or I'm not a fan of the snowman. And this is such a cute kit. It came with obviously the chart, and then it came with the fabric to do it on, which is super cute fabric. It's splash. So it's that dark with the snow in it. It came with the DMC. And then just a couple of little freebies, a couple of nail files. There's a hot cocoa mix in here. A little scissor fob, American flag. And then this cute little hot chocolate needle minder. So anyway, so that's super cute. I was super excited to get one. I ordered it as soon as I saw it. I was like, that's going to be mine. And then she wrote a cute little hand written note, and super fast shipping. Like I said, I obviously had seen her before because I was following her on Instagram, but I had never paid attention, I guess. But if you ever come across one of their exclusives through here, excuse me, definitely she shipped. Excuse me. I ordered it on Saturday. She shipped it on Monday. I think I had it by Wednesday or Thursday. It was super fast. So, and then I put in another order with Bags Plus on Etsy, and I really liked the bendy flips and that I had gotten, but I realized that I wanted a bigger one that held some more threads. So I ended up getting two. I got one. This one she calls the Lila, Lilla. I assume it's Lila, and she did this one in the Harry Potter newspaper fabric. And it's a trifold with a ribbon on it. It holds 28 DMCs, and then it's got a pen loop and a zipper pocket down at the bottom. And so I got that one, which I'm really happy about. I love this Harry Potter fabric. I used it when I did the Harry Potter project bags last summer with my mom. And then the next one I got was I had never seen this version of it. She calls this one the Alicia. Again, it's a trifold with a ribbon that you can tie it up. And it's for putting fancy flosses. So she's got these loops and then rings, jump rings. She's got these little elastics here that you can put the threads down through so that they don't flop around. And then there's just two pockets in here. And then this is all felted as well, so you could use it as thread catches as well. So anyway, that was, I was mostly curious about this one because I wanted to see how well it works. There's only 8 loops at the top, but you could easily put more threads in there than that. So anyway, so those are from Bags Plus. I'm really happy with those, and can't wait to use those. Okay, let's see. I ended up, if you'll remember, Melissa and I are going to stitch together a saddle. We're going to do Quaker's Hometown. And I said this was going to be a July start. And she's like, I'm doing Christmas in July. I'm like, yeah, no, Christmas in July. I don't know why I look at this and think Christmas and in black and white. It doesn't really appear as Christmas. I think it's because when you look at the chart, it looks like Christmas because it's got green, red, and white in the computer version. But ironically, it's not green, it's gray. And so anyway, I don't know when we're going to start it. I think we're both ready. I am going to do mine in Sulky's. So I ended up ordering directly from Sulky the some 300-yard spools simply because it was cheaper to do it that way. So I am using the white 101. And then the red is 1069. I think they call this like Cabernet wine or Cabernet red or something like that. I don't remember. They don't have the names on here. And then this is 1234, which is kind of the equivalent to $37.99 DMC. So, and I needed 3 of those. So I ordered from Sulky, by the way, for those of you, their shipping is really reasonable if you don't qualify for free shipping, which this did not. And super fast. Again, less than a week. So I've got the Sulky and I'm going to do this. I ordered fabric and I'm going to do this on Silver Moon linen, 36 count Silver Moon linen. So this is going to be for that chart. So now I got more than just one piece of linen. I ordered this linen from crossstitchingsupplies.com. Another super fast shipper. I had never heard of this shop before, but Melissa had found her when she was Googling for a specific fabric. And so we got to looking. If you sign up, she gives you, I want to say it was a 20% off coupon on your first order. So her prices were pretty good anyway. And then a 20% off coupon was really good. I ended up ordering 4 pieces of fabric. So I got 36 Silver Moon in basically a half yard, 27 by 36. And then I got another piece of the Silver Moon linen because I loved it so much in fat quarter size. This is all 36 count, by the way. I ordered 4 pieces of 36 count because I realized that I have a lot of 28 and 32 in my stash. I hardly have any 36. I also don't have hardly any 40, but I've joined Brandy's Bestitch Me, her fabric of the month, and I joined that at 40 count Verdal. So my first piece should be on its way shortly, and I figured that I will stay in her fabric of the month for at least through the end of the year. That'll give me 6 or 7 pieces of 40 count, and we'll see, go from there. Maybe I'll switch it up to a different count or a different type, but anyway, I got a 36 count piece, fat quarter of platinum linen, and then a 36 count fat quarter of flax linen. So again, super fast shipping. Ordered on a weekend, 2 weekends ago, had it within, she shipped it on Monday. I actually think this took a little bit longer to get to me. I don't think I got it until the next Monday or Tuesday, but it wasn't her fault. She got it in the mail on Monday, and if you watched the tracking, it was crazy. She's in Indiana, and it went back and forth between some mail depots in Indiana a couple different times before it actually started its way west. So not her fault. I know Melissa ordered at the same time, and she had hers like on Thursday of that week. So I think that the tracking said I was supposed to have mine Thursday or Friday as well, but the post office waylaid it. So either way, fast shipping would have gotten here if the post office hadn't decided to detour. So anyway, so that's my haul. Yeah, I didn't buy anything else. I do have some things coming still. A couple of things, but that'll be for next time. They're not here yet. So, finishes. I had 2 finishes. If you follow me on Instagram, you know this. So my first finish, if you'll recall from the beginning of the year, my goal was to have, there was about 5 WIPs that I'd had in my list for a long time that I was like bound and determined to get done before my birthday this year. And so one of those was Magnolia Fairy by Nora Corbett. It's done on a 32 count silk weaver solo. I used all the called for WIP threads and beads. And I finished her on June 3rd, I think. So look at all those beads. Fantastic. And she is done. I think she looks great. I love this fabric. That fabric is showing pretty true to color right now because I think the natural light, but it looks, I think she turned out really good. And I'm thrilled to have her done. She was my oldest WIP. I started her on January 1st, 2012. Whatever. She's done. So, and then my last WIP to get done before my birthday, I had started in 2019. So it was not near that old, but it was Pretty Little London by Satsuma. And this was done on a 32 count antique white Lugana, called for DMCs. Rain cloud, super cute. Anyway, super happy with that. Glad to be done. Finished this one just Friday. Yeah, Friday afternoon I finished that one. So I had two good finishes this month, which is nice. And with that, I have finished the WIPs that I have wanted to finish before my birthday, and I'm pretty happy with that. So I did have a couple of new starts this month as well. So my first one was Snow Village by Country Cottage Needleworks. This is the SAL that I'm doing with Sandy, my friend Sandy. And we were supposed to start in February, and then my fabric, I didn't like it. It was on Ada, and I was not a fan, so I found Lugana. So this is 32 count Petty Point blue and white Lugana. And I got the first one done, which is Snowballs for Sale. This is all called for except for the white. I switched out DMC to Anchor, so I'm doing all Anchor in white. But yeah, so I got this one done. Super cute, pretty quick stitch. And I'm really happy with that. And then when I finished London, Pretty Little London the other night, I kind of was like, I want to start something new. So I went into my kitted projects and I pulled out Snowman Photo Booth. Pretty glary, but there you go. This is by Bet Creek. And it came kitted with the fabric. And all it said is 32 count linen. I did a lot of looking online. And even Melissa went down a rabbit hole, started looking. Maybe Twilight Blue, maybe. It doesn't say, nowhere does it say. It came kitted with this fabric though. It's a pretty blue. It's a 32 count. And here I am. I got the frame done of the photo booth, or the photo pictures. And then 3 of the white snowmen are done. So I started down here. I'm gonna work my way up on the roasted marshmallow snowman, the one, and go from there. And then I'll do that top picture last. I'll have to move the Q snaps, obviously. So I'll probably complete these 3 pictures, these 3 frames, and then move up and do the last one in whole. But right now I'm doing by color because it's easy. So yeah, those are my 2 starts for the month of June so far. I don't think I'll start anything else except for that Quaker Hometown piece whenever Melissa and I decide to start that. But we're getting towards the end of June, so I don't know if it'll be this month. We'll see. I didn't work on any other WIPs. So 2 finishes, 2 brand new starts. That's it. No new WIPs. And so what I kind of wanted to do next was just kind of do a mini WIP parade, because I'm really down to literally 6 WIPs. So you already saw 2. You saw this photo booth snowman, and then you saw where I'm at with Snow Village. So that leaves just 4 more WIPs to talk about. So I kind of thought I'd just do a mini WIP parade since it's basically halfway through the year, and show where I'm at. And yeah, so one WIP that I continually ignore, which I shouldn't because I really love it, is the Boo Club Flip It's by Lizzie Kate. And for those of you that don't know, this is what it is. Of course, they're all individual charts. There's two charts per little booklet, flip it, if you will. And I saw this a few years ago. When did I actually start this? I actually started in 2019. And I saw this probably that year at Acorns and Threads finished on this banding, on this orange tangerine banding. It's 24 count. And as you can see, I've started, that's what I did. I started it barely. And the reason why I didn't keep working on it is because it's really hard. I prefer an 8-inch Q-snap, and it barely fits in an 8-inch Q-snap. So I'm just going to have to suck it up because I really like this. I think it's going to be really cool when it's done. And so I put it back on my WIP list. I had kind of UFO'd it and put it away to ignore for a while, but I've pulled it back out, added it back, and I'm going to get it done. So I also, one of my WIPs is Leela's Studio Halloween Quaker. I started this with the Halloween Quaker Zoom this year that Bindi Stitchy, Michelle Garrett, is doing. I'm doing this Called For Fibers, which is a mix of Classic Colorworks. No, it's all Classic Colorworks except for the DMC Black. And I'm doing all the Classic Colorworks and then DMC Black. So this is on 40 count Murky, which is Called For. And I have not stitched on this since the last time you saw it. This is just where I'm at. There was a Zoom earlier in June that I did not participate in because it was 8 a.m. No, not doing that. Not on a weekend. There is going to be another one next weekend. But I am not going to be available. I'm not going to be available. So, I won't have any Zoom time on that because I'm only typically stitching on it on Zoom days. So I may stitch on it on that day anyway, just to get a day in it in June, and keep going. I'm going to kind of work my way down because I've got this basically this top, little bit of stuff done. So I think I'm going to kind of work my way down and hit this half motif right here and then into here to the bottom. So I think that maybe that's what I'll do. We'll see. Knee High by Hands On Designs. I'm doing that on 28 count Ale Lugana from PTP. And this is a barely start, honestly. I started this this is my January 1st, 2020 start, and I have barely touched it. So, yeah, this will be a 2021 finish. I'll get it done this year. That's the goal. That will be the goal. And then my last WIP is my biggest WIP and one that will have no finish date. I started this one also in 2019. Heaven and Earth Designs, Treasure Hunt Bookshelf. I have not worked on this. I worked on this for like 100 straight days as part of Full Coverage Fanatics that year, starting on April 1st. And I got this far, which is onto the 4th page. But I haven't worked on it since. And I don't know why. Gosh, look at how awesome this looks, honestly. It's crazy how realistic it looks. I'm amazed. Anyway, I'm doing this on 28 count easy grid fabric. I am doing it 2 threads. Am I doing it 2 over 1? Or am I doing it 1 over 2? Or no, I'm definitely doing it 1 thread. Or excuse me, over 1 thread. And I think I'm doing 2 over 1. 2 over 1, yeah. Anyway, I think this is looking great. It's amazing how you can see the bubbles Anyway, my goal is to pick this back up this year. I don't know when, but this year. So I was kind of thinking July 1st, because that'd be the new quarter, and maybe like make a goal of working on it every day for the third quarter, September, or July, August, September. It's a pretty big commitment. I could do like 25/7 that everybody's doing with it. I don't know. We'll see. I'm going to kick it around. That's it. That's my WIPs. I have like 6 WIPs. And, you know, I don't know. A couple of them, you know, Photo Man Stone Booth, Knee High. Those ones I for sure could get done this year, obviously. Snowman Village, if I can get on track and get caught up to Sandy, then that would be a this year finish. She's doing 1 a month. Her goal was to have it done by December. And I'm only got 1 done, but my plan is by the end of August, hopefully to be caught up with her, because I can knock one of those small charts out in 3 or 4 days, depending on how much stitching is in them. So I don't want to just sit down and work on just that, because I get bored. But I am thinking that I could easily, you know, do every other week and get 1 chart done and get caught up with her. And then that would be a 2021 finish as well. So anyway, and then so that gets me to my plans. What am I going to do for the rest of this month and then into July at Snow Village? So I'm definitely going to, before my next video, which will probably honestly be well after 4th of July, the week after probably, my goal is to do 2 more Snow Villages. So the next one is going to be Peppermint Parlor. I'm going to work left to right. I started in the upper left corner. So Peppermint Parlor. And then the one to the right of it is Frozen Hot Chocolate Shop. So before my next video, my goal is to have those 2 done. And then also, what did I do with it? It was just here. Yikes. Oh, I fell on the floor. Well, either way, my goal is to get the spooky chart done. Just spooky, not treat, because treat also comes with it. Just spooky. Because again, it's a Lizzie Kate chart. It's a baby chart. It's not going to take. These are very similar to the monks right there that I did, Lizzie Kate. And I could do those in 2 days, 2 nights of stitching, and I could have those done. And I think this is very similar to that. I think that is very realistic of what could be done. So, yeah, we'll see. At least spooky. If I could get at least the spooky chart done before my next video, that's going to be my goal there. And then the last goal I'm going to have is to finish Photo Man Stone Booth. So that's where I'm at. And the next time you see this, hopefully it'll be finished. It's kind of funny with the white in there, how you can see the snowman, especially in the second and third one. The fourth one's really more difficult if you don't know what you're looking at. But the top 2, you definitely can. Kind of cute. Anyway, so yeah, so a couple of Snow Village charts get done. Hopefully a Blue Club Flip It gets done. At least one of the charts in it. Probably not both of it, but definitely spooky. And then maybe make a little bit of progress on Halloween Quaker. And maybe think about picking my Haid back up. Maybe a new start if Melissa and I get our stuff together. So I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what it brings. Like I said, I don't try to make a ton of plans because I tend to get bored and move on. So I definitely push myself on these finishes before my birthday, which is next weekend, and made that happen. And for me, I just prefer to stitch what I want to stitch when I want to stitch for the most part, because otherwise then I get a little resentful of it. So yeah, that's all I got today, I think. Yeah, covered it all. So anyway, for that, I think I'll let you guys go. And I hope you guys have a good weekend, a good week. And if I don't talk to you before 4th of July, which I doubt I will, have a good holiday, good Canada Day as well, July 1st. And I hope everyone stays happy and healthy. And we'll see you next time. Bye.